Hello and welcome to Raising Champions Academy YouTube channel. You're welcome to my channel, and my name is Chine Udofia. I am so delighted to have you come watch my channel. I'm so delightful to have you in my channel. Thank you so much for visiting this channel. Thank you so much for subscribing. And yes, I want to say a very big thank you to everyone that has subscribed to my channel. I am so grateful. I am so delighted. I don't take it for granted at all. Thank you so much. But please, if you're watching this video and you have not subscribed, hey, just quickly click on the subscribe button. Yes, please click on the subscribe button. Please, I'm begging for subscription because I want to start going live and I need a number of subscriptions to do that. So please do well to help your sister and subscribe so that I can go live. All right. But in the meantime, I am still here. Yeah. So I am here. Thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you so much for watching. All right. So our videos are about raising champions. Our videos about, raising purpose-driven children, purpose-driven teenagers, purpose-driven young adults that are going to thrive, that are going to, purpose-driven, that are, they are purpose-driven, they are impact-minded, and they are heavenly bound. So that's the aim of this video. That's the aim of this channel, to get across through parents to the young ones that we need to build. It is the parents that are raising these champions, right? So yes, the channel is about raising champions, but it's actually targeted to parents as well, so that we can watch it and know what we need to do. And yes, I can't raise champions alone. I don't have it. I don't have what it takes alone. And that's why I'm calling on everyone. We need to come together as a community. I need you, you need me. So we need ourselves to raise champions, to build our children, our world, so that this world where we live can be a better place. All right. So in my last video, I talked about who are you? So I was saying that a lot of children, a lot of young people, yeah, my target is actually on the teens and the young adults. A lot of teenagers and young adults don't even know who they are. They don't know who they are. So I said, it actually, I began to wonder. It bothered me. I said, after a session I had with one of my mentees, she told me, she just shared a story with me of how her friend had decided to begin to follow this other group of people of a confused gender. And I just asked her a question. I said, why do you think that happened? And she said, my friend has always said she doesn't know who she is. And I'm like, really? And that was how I knew that it's a big deal. It's a really big deal when our teenagers and our young adults, they don't know who they are. All right. So we actually had a class. We had a session during the Easter period where I taught teenagers on knowing who you are. And we didn't end there. So I said, it's not just about knowing who they are, but they need to actually build skills. They need to build skills. Why do they need to build skills? So we have seen that for anyone that became a champion, for anyone that succeeded in a particular thing, actually had to build skill around those things. Yeah. Whether it's a child, whether it's a teenager, it's an adult, or a young adult, sorry, or a full grown adult, there is nobody that succeeds at a thing without having to have built a skill around it. So I began to share with the teenagers. I said, you need to build skill. You need to build skill. And as parents, we need to make sure we build skills. We help our children or teach them, skill them up, as we are being told. Skill them up. Skill them up. What is a skill? A skill is a learned ability or a habit that has been acquired over time through training. So we need to put our children through some particular trainings that will enable them to acquire those skills. They need to be skilled. It's a learned ability or a learned habit. It's acquired through training. So now, if it is unlearned, if it's learned, it means it can be unlearned. So maybe our children have learned some other habits that are not So okay, what I want to say here is that so anything that is unlearned can also be anything that is learned can also be unlearned. What am I saying? If our children are maybe we see some things in our habits in our young adults in our teens that are not desirable, we can help them to unlearn it. We can help them to unlearn it. So we need them to learn the right skills that will build them up, the skills that last, the skills empowering habits, skills are empowering habits that last, that will bring them to be those champions, to get them to that future that God has ordained for them. All right, so I divided the skills into three major skills. Yeah, we have lots of skills, but I divided it into three. So I looked at us, I was talking to the teenagers and I said, I looked at us as a human and I said, the human is divided into three. I'm a body. I have a body. You can see my body. I have a soul and I also have a spirit. We're called the tripartite being. It's a human being is a tripartite being, three in one. We have the spirit, we have our soul, and we have our body. And so I told the teenagers, I said there are basically three major skills that we need to build. And it is very, very important. In fact, our life depends on it. Three major skills that we need to build. So I said the first skill is the spiritual intelligence skill. And why do we need to build that? Because we have a spirit, right? You have a spirit. And we know that the spirit part of everyone is the most important part of that person. If a spirit leaves me right now, I'm gone. So my body is here, but if I'm alive because my spirit is still with me, has not gone back to my creator, right? Has not gone back to God. So my spirit is it's what holds me. That's the life that I have because my spirit is still in me. So the most important a skill that we need to build, we need to make sure our teenagers, our young adult build is a spiritual intelligence skill. What's a spiritual intelligence skill? I said spiritual intelligence skills helps our teenager, helps us become spiritually intelligent. When we build this skill, we build it by acquiring habits that empowers us to become both spiritually intelligent and spiritually stable. So I said building a spiritual skill helps you to become spiritually intelligent, and it helps our teenagers when we build the skills into the lives of our young ones. It helps them become spiritually stable. All right, so some of the ways they can build this. So, yes, my book is coming up very soon. Discovering Your God-Given Assignment, right? It's a soft guide for teens in finding and fulfilling purpose. So in that book, I actually shared how I was able to build spiritual intelligence even as a teenager. So I shared about my background story of when I gave my life to Christ and how I began to build spiritual intelligence. And then I want to say here that part of the things I needed, part of the habits I had to inculcate to build those skills were constant studying of the Word of God, meditating on it, having a quiet time, praying without ceasing, reading spiritual books. Yes. And see, these are the things that we need to be spiritually intelligent. So, what does spiritual intelligence mean? It's the ability to connect with God by building a personal relationship with Him. So we help our teenagers, we can help our young ones to connect personally with God. So there is one thing we as parents cannot actually do for our teenagers. There's one thing we can do for our children is to connect with God for them. Connect to God for them. We can't do that. It's something everyone needs to connect, everyone needs to do, everyone needs a personal relationship with God. So that is one skill. So I told them, I said, the first skill you need as a human is spiritual intelligence skill. Why do you need that? You need your spiritual stability. You need your connection to God. That you can't even, it can't be replaced for another thing. So you need your spiritual intelligence skill. So what's the benefit? Why do I need spiritual skill? Why do we need to skill up our young ones spiritually? Spiritual skills helps them build their spiritual stability. And I said spiritual stability is the foundation and the basis where other skills are built and life purpose is fulfilled. So remember, in our channel, we're talking about raising champions, champions that are purpose driven, champions that have been made to to impact their world and are also heaven bound, right? So we said this spiritual gift helps them to build spiritual stability, and it is this spiritual stability that gives them the foundation and the basis where other skills will be built on. Other skills will be built on the spiritual stability. And then spiritual skills, I said, secondly, helps us stay connected to God. Helps us stay connected to God. So today I was in a class, and then our mentor was saying we need to be connected. You need to have discernment. We need discernment. So teach your children discernment. And part of the way to teach them is spiritual intelligence, spiritual skill. So it doesn't just come. It doesn't come on anyone. As parents, we need to know that this skills doesn't come on anybody, but it is learned. It is a learned skill. So we teach our children how to connect with God, how to listen in a quiet place and listen. And when they connect with God, they receive insights and directions for life, for their journey, for their assignment. It is who you are connected to, you're committed to. So when our children learn how to be connected to God, they will be committed to Him. If you look at the Bible stories, if you look at those that emerged as champions, even in life, everyone that has made it in life has something, they are connected to God. Either God or, there's a spiritual connection. No one can have a spiritual disconnect and be a successful person in life. No, it doesn't work. It's not possible, because that spiritual skill, that your spiritual stability, that's what gives you spiritual stability. And spiritual stability is the foundation of every other skill. So today we're going to be ending it here. So I said we have three parts of our body, of our being. I said the spirit, the soul, the body. And so I said the spirit is me. Without my spirit, I won't be here, right? So my spirit is me. So that's the most important me, right? So I said, so the first skill I need to build as a person is spiritual skill. And I said, even for our children, even for our wards, our teens and young adults, we need to teach them how to build in spiritual skills. And I said, basically to give them a spiritual stability. And that stability is the foundation. It is the basis where all the skills of life will be built. And most important, it is also on that foundation that their life purpose will be fulfilled. Thank you so much for staying on. Thank you for watching this video to the end. I don't take it for granted. Please, if you have not subscribed, please do well to subscribe to this channel. Watch the video, you can like it, and please share to your friends, share in your community, so that every one of us will come together to raise champions and build skills in them that will last. Thank you so much for coming to my channel. I am Chini Udofia. I love you. I say thank you for watching. God bless you.